Hey guys, this is Brooke Lewis, also known as Ms. Vampy, and you are watching the 13th Wolfman.
Hey everyone, I'm the 13th Wolfman. You know what? I went out to the movies today and I saw Eddie the Eagle. I have to say that this is a very good movie and a very family-friendly movie. I'm not always one for family-friendly movies, but this is something you could take the whole family to. Eddie the Eagle stars Hugh Jackman and a guy's Egerton. I can't think of his first name. I want to say it's Trevor Egerton, but I'm not positive on the first name. So, what it is Eddie, as a kid, from the time he's like about 5 years old, he wanted nothing more than to be an Olympian. He had this book, the 1972, photo album of the Olympics, and he wasn't exactly the most graceful looking kid. He was very dorkish looking. So he would he would spend like a minute in the bathtub, with his head under the water, going, oh, I put my head under the water for 58 seconds, and Mom, I'm going to the Olympics. This is at 5 years old. Or no, he goes, Mom, she goes, where are you going, Eddie? He goes, Mom, I'm going to Rome, because that's where the Olympics were. And she goes, okay, and then she says to the father, he's doing the Olympic thing again, and so the father gets out, goes down to the bus stop, and says, Eddie, where you going? And he goes, I'm going to the Olympics. They have this little talk, the kid gets in the car, and they go home. And you fast forward a few years, he's still trying to get into the Olympics, and his father says, well, you're going to learn a trade. If you're going to do anything, you're going to learn a trade or vocation, so you're going to work with me. His father's a plasterer, and that's the guy that goes into houses and buildings and condos and whatnot when they're being built, and he's the person that does the finish touching, all the finishing on drywall. I was going to point some out. I realized there's not a whole lot you can see back there, but so he's the guy that comes in and does all the finishing touches on drywall. Shoots them, makes them look all stickly or whatever process you want on it. So he takes him to this job, and it turns out that it's right next door to a downhill ski run. And Eddie's eyes just explode. He's like, oh my God, you're a genius, and so he takes up downhill skiing. Now he's like into his teens. So during his teenage years, and I'm guessing middle school and high school, he's actually really, really good. He wins. He's got, all of a sudden you see this scene where he's got all these trophies, and he's good enough to have a tryout for the Olympics. And they introduce the 16 boys that are going to get the tryouts, and he's one of them, because he doesn't look the part. Understand that he's not the guy that you see on all the magazines. He's not the good looking. Hey, this is John. No, this is Eddie. Eddie's a dork, and he's dorky looking. He's got big Coke bottle glasses. He's got kind of like an underbite. It looks like his lower chin sticks out a little too far. A $5 haircut. It just. But so he tells Eddie straight up. He goes, "You're never going to make the team." Doesn't have to do with how good he is or whether or not he could ski better than everybody, because of the way he looks. So he's discouraged. He goes home. He starts taking posters down off his wall, and he notices on this one poster that has all this skiing on it that there's ski jumpers. Goes down to the Olympic Committee, and the Olympic Committee says that England hasn't had a ski jumper since 1929. So he's like, hey, I don't have to compete with anybody. If I want to ski jump, I can ski jump. He doesn't know anything about ski jumping, so he goes to Germany. I guess that's where, the nearest ski jumping slopes are. Where he meets Hugh Jackman, who used to be a ski jumper, and the nice thing about this movie is that Eddie wants to be an Olympian. it doesn't mean he wants to win at being an Olympian. It's more of a patriotic thing. He just wants to say, hey, guess what? I'm Eddie Edwards, and I'm an Olympian. Well, how'd you do? He'd be like, it doesn't matter how I did. I'm an Olympian. I was actually there in 1988. This is a very heartfelt movie. It feels a lot like the movie Rudy, where in the movie Rudy they keep on telling Rudy, you're 5 foot nothing, you weigh 100 and nothing, and you got less than no talent. You really want to be on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish football team, and he's like, that's the one thing he's always wanted to do. Well, it's the same thing for Eddie the Eagle. The one thing he's always wanted to do is he's wanted to be an Olympian. And he's going to strive at nothing to get the end result. And he's got to deal with barriers, and he's got to deal with douchebag Olympic committees, and he's got to deal with all this stuff. But he's going to strive and strive and strive to try to get what he wants. And all he wants to be able to say is, Hi, I'm Eddie Edwards, and I'm an Olympian. That's it. I mean, that's really the message you get when the movie is over. I love this movie. I thought it was shot well, it looked good. Hugh Jackman did a great job doing an American accent. It actually felt like it took you back to the 80s. I was around in the 80s. I remember the 88 Calgary games, So the look and the feel, and I think they nailed it. They had everything. They had those day glow. He has a jacket on at one point that has a like a skier on the back, and the jacket is like bright blue, and the skier on the back is like those really bright day glow yellows and greens and oranges, and it's doing something like that, and it's just kind of funny. It just really looks like it belongs in the moment, and so for that, honestly, I can't think of anything I hated about this movie. It's a Ford Chainsaw movie. I mean, it's that simple. Yeah, the music was spot on. I mean, yeah, they played Van Halen's Jump in 1988, but it came out in 84. But that doesn't matter because it came out in 84. It's actually part of the music world by that time. So, but yeah, it's a good movie. They don't get too into the aesthetics of the music and the world. Eddie wants to be a jumper, and it's funny. It's got a lot of really good, cute, funny parts. About him jumping off the 15 meter and the 30 meter he lands one jump off of the 15 meter. He's like, oh hey, I guess I'll go to the 40 meter. It's like, what? That's apples and oranges, dude. He landed one land on downhill skis, not ski jumping skis. So he's got these, and he's like, oh, I guess I'm ready for the 40 meter. It's like, oh yeah, okay, go for it, But yeah, I definitely will give this 4 chainsaws out of 4. It's that good. With that, I'm the 13th Wolfman. I'm on the prowl.